All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into a story that really caught my eye.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
This guy, Tony LC, who started out working in a factory in China,
Henan province, to be exact.
right, Henan province, and now he's like this social media star, you know,
The accent king, they call
the
him.
accent king. Yeah, it's a total curveball. Like, how does a factory worker become an influencer selling
Illuminated signs.
illuminated signs of all things?
Yeah.
Right. So we've been digging into Tony's own story.
How he tells it.
Yeah, his perspective and trying to figure out how this all came together, you know.
What are the pieces of this puzzle?
It's like a mix of like his crazy sense of humor,
Hmm.
his talent for languages.
And some seriously savvy business moves.
Yeah, so buckle up. We're going to unpack how the accent king went from Henan to like internet fame.
From factory floor to global reach.
Exactly.
So Henan province, right where Tony grew up, it sounds like a pretty traditional place.
Yeah, he talks about it being very rooted in like, history and culture.
But he makes it clear that school wasn't really his thing.
Yeah, not so much book smarts.
Especially math.
Oh man, he makes fun of math. Like algebra was his nemesis or something.
But amidst all that struggling with equations, English comes along, and it's like this,
Light bulb moment.
yeah, like a spark. It becomes this whole other way of looking at the world for him.
He even says something like English was his passport out of Henan or something.
And the way he learned English, it's totally unconventional.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. He's watching like American action movies.
Fast and the Furious,
Will Smith, all that, get this video game.
Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah, he's like absorbing slang and accents from these things,
practicing in the mirror.
turning his bedroom into like a one-man language boot camp.
That's some serious dedication right there.
Oh yeah, and can you imagine his family's reaction?
Oh, I bet they were baffled.
Totally, like their son suddenly doing a Russian mobster impression out of nowhere.
Or a southern drawl.
And he's totally confident even back then saying stuff like, this voice is going to make me money someday.
Talk about calling your shot.
And that self-belief really shines through when he decides to move to Guangzhou.
Which is like a complete 180 from Henan, right?
Yeah, he described it as this massive city full of energy and opportunity.
He hustles, takes on all sorts of jobs, even teaching English for a bit.
Yeah, and he jokes about it, trilling those basic phrases like, the book is on the table.
But even that repetition probably helped him master the language in a way.
Right, like ingraining the sounds and the rhythm.
And then there's this unexpected twist. He starts doing camera work,
Filming local ads and stuff.
learning about visual storytelling, framing, editing.
Like picking up skills that seem totally unrelated at the time.
But it's like he's building this foundation without even realizing it.
Yeah, gathering all these different tools that will come in handy later on.
And then 2022 rolls around and he lands a job at LC Sign.
Making illuminated signs.
Not exactly the most exciting gig at first.
Yeah, he even jokes about being the chief dust bunny relocation officer or something.
But here's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, this is where the accent king is born.
He starts using his accents to entertain his coworkers at the factory.
Like to break up the monotony, make people laugh.
And he's got this whole arsenal of accents, Russian mobster, Southern gentleman, you name it.
His coworkers loved it.
They're his first captive audience.
And they start telling him, like, you're too funny to be stuck in a factory.
And that's when he gets this brilliant idea.
It's like a light bulb goes off.
Use the accents to sell the signs.
He starts making these super low-budget videos on his phone, pitching LC Signs products.
Switching between accents like it's nothing.
British Jamaican.
Yeah.
Even a spot-on Donald Trump.
It's so out there, so unexpected.
And it goes viral.
Millions of views.
People are commenting about his Indian call center voice, his Russian mobster.
It's like this overnight success.
What do you think made those videos connect so strongly?
Well, first of all, the accents themselves are just incredibly well done.
Yeah, he's talented.
And the humor is very accessible. It's not like niche or anything.
Everyone can get a laugh out of it.
Exactly. And there's this authenticity to it. Like he's not just putting on a show.
He feels real.
Like he's drawing on years of observation and really understanding these different cultures.
And he's not afraid to look silly,
Yeah, he embraces the stupid, as he calls it.
which makes him even more likable.
Right. And all of this translates into real results for LC Sign.
Their social media explodes. They're getting orders from all over.
Yeah, Australia, even small towns in Nebraska.
He basically turned illuminated signs into this global phenomenon.
Through the power of humor and accents.
His bosses must have been thrilled.
Oh, absolutely. He goes from factory worker to, like, their secret marketing weapon.
The voice of global reach.
But it's not all fun and games, right?
No, he talks about the long hours, the pressure to keep creating new content.
Staying relevant in the online world is a constant hustle.
And the fear of going back to the factory probably kept him going too.
Yeah, that's a powerful motivator.
And then comes this big moment. April 2024. He goes to the U.S.
For a huge industry trade show in Orlando.
This is like taking his online success into the real world.
Exactly. A chance to connect with industry people face to face.
And show them he's not just some internet fluke.
And how did it go?
It was a huge hit. His booth was packed. People were loving his live performances.
He even met some big names in the industry.
Got featured in trade magazines and local news.
That's when you know he's made it.
It legitimized him in a way.
Showed that his approach had real business value.
So let's talk about his comedy, like what makes it work.
He's mentioned being inspired by guys like Russell Peters, Jim Jeffries, Trevor Noah.
What do you see as the common threads there?
They're all masters of timing. They're incredibly observant.
And they find humor in everyday things.
Without punching down.
Exactly. And Tony does the same thing, but through his own unique lens.
Yeah, he brings that Hannah perspective.
And he finds humor in language mishaps, cultural differences, his own mistakes.
He tells this funny story about his old boss's English pronunciation.
It's relatable, you know? People connect with that kind of humor.
It's authentic.
And his story also speaks to this larger trend of Chinese businesses using social media to go global.
Especially in today's economy.
He's like a case study in how to do B2B marketing in a totally new way.
And now he's a partner at LC Sign, full-time content creator.
That's got to be a wild feeling.
From factory worker to shaping the company's image.
Talk about a glow up.
He's literally lighting up the world with those signs.
And figuratively with his humor.
It's an incredible journey.
Thinking about Tony's story makes you wonder what hidden talents we all have.
What passions we might be overlooking.
That could lead us down unexpected paths.
Especially in a world that's changing so fast.
Maybe the most interesting journeys are the ones we don't even see coming.
Where all our different experiences come together to create something truly unique.
Something impactful.
So keep an open mind.
You never know what amazing thing you might be capable of.
The Accent King proves that anything is possible.
Yeah, he really does.
All right.
That's our deep dive for today.
Until next time.
Catch you later.